Hi everyone, it's Melissa. I'm here today to teach you a Bari, ukulele, and guitar tutorial for the Book of Love, based on the Magnetic Fields Stephen Merritt recorded version. Unlike a few years ago I did a Book of Love Peter Gabriel version on the regular standard ukulele. So this is slightly different. Someone requested this for the guitar, and in my research I discovered that it actually wasn't recorded on a guitar, it was recorded on a baritone ukulele. So I thought I would do a tutorial for the baritone as well as show you how you can play it on your guitar so it sounds like it's a baritone ukulele, and then if you don't really care if it sounds like a baritone ukulele, another way you can play it. So anyway, this song is fairly simple in terms of chords. It's a G, C, D, and then you come back to the G. And that's played throughout the verse and the chorus. So that part's very simple. And the finger picking pattern isn't that difficult either. So let's talk about that. I'm going to stand up real quick so you can see what I'm doing. I'm making a G chord with my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. All right, so that's right there. And then I'm going to take my thumb, I'm going to place it on top, rest it on top of the D string. And I'm going to place my index finger underneath the G string and my middle finger underneath the B string. So the pattern is going to be like this. I'm always plucking first on the D string with my thumb, and then I'm plucking these 2 strings afterwards, and I'm changing the chord for each pattern. So it's G, then I'm going to go to a C, then I'm going to go to D, and so it sounds like this. So I don't know if you can hear that, hear how it's resonating a little bit. In the recorded version, you actually can hear this as well as kind of like a low whine. It may actually be a different instrument, but I would try and emphasize that just if you're trying to get it to sound like that Magnetic Fields version as much as you can. So so if you were going to play the song all the way through, you would play that pattern twice for the intro, and then you would start singing. So the book of love is long and boring. No one can live the damn thing. It's full of charts and facts and figures, instructions for dancing. All right, so that's roughly how it would go. And like I said, the chord transition doesn't change at all for the verse versus the chorus. So if you go to next the chorus, it would be I love it when you read to me, and you can read me anything. All right, and then it would be the same. Okay, so like I said, you can play this version on the guitar as if you just didn't have these top 2 E and A strings. So I'm going to show you that first, and then I'm going to show you another way to do it too, just in case you want to take advantage of all the strings you have. Why not? Okay, so we're going to do again ring finger on the high E string, 3rd fret, okay? And I'm going to place my thumb on my D string, and my index and my middle fingers are going to be under the B and the G and the B strings respectively. So it would be like this. Okay, then I would make that C. So you may even notice when I go to do the C that I'm being really lazy. I'm only putting my finger up here because that's all I'm hitting. So then I do a full D. That sounds nice, right? But since you do have all these other strings, you may want to do a slightly different version that's not as faithful to the original. And for that, I would make the full G chord, right? And I'm going to switch up which strings I use. So instead of doing D here D, G, B, and E strings, I'm actually going to hit this low E string, and I'm going to do still the B and E string. So see how that just has a little bit, has a guitar-y sound if you've got that nice low E string, so it makes it just sound a little bit better. Okay, so I would hit that G, boom, boom, then I'm going to go to my C. So then this time I'm going to move, instead of, I'm actually going to move to my A string. Okay, so G, then I'm going to go to my C chord, and I'm going to go to the A string for the plucking one. Still using the B and E strings for these middle and index fingers. So let's do that again. All right, now this is the tricky part. We're going to go to a D. However, it kind of sounds good if you throw your thumb up top here on your E string. I know it's not proper guitar technique, but you know, I'm a girl with little hands, so it does work pretty well. I won't judge you. There's another way to make this. This is called a D/F chord, but listen to how that sounds. So you get that, and then you would go back to the G. Okay, now a close-up of what I'm playing here. All right, so I've got my both hands on the shot now. We're making that G chord. I'm going to pluck the E string. My index and middle are still on the B and E strings. Now I'm going to switch to my C. I'm going to go to the A string. And then I'm going to go to my D. I'm going to place that thumb down on the E string, and then I'm going to go, then I'm going to go back to the G. So when I play it faster, it sounds like this. So that's still the same basic finger picking pattern that we were playing on the Barry. We're just taking advantage of those other strings. All right, now if you want to get fancy, you can add little embellishments in there. So I don't know if you can watch my right hand, see what I'm doing here. So it's boom, boom, boom. Then I'm going. So thumb on the A string, B, E, B, and then boom, 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 boom. So I came back to that A. So it's pluck, B and E strings, back to the A, and then I'm gonna go back. So you can kind of vary with how much you do it. Sometimes it's nice just to have a little bit of embellishments here or there, just to make the sound, like, just create a little bit of interest. But maybe I keep it for the next one. So see how I didn't do it that time? So that way it was just a little bit of a difference. Just things that are fun to add when you're playing. Okay, so like I said, you would play the whole song. The book of love is long and boring. No one can lift the damn thing. It's full of charts and facts and figures and instructions for dancing. But I love it when you read to me. And you can read me anything. That's the song in a nutshell. Just keep repeating the same pattern over and over again. And like I said, you can embellish where you need to, just to make it a little bit more interesting. All right, thanks for listening. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment box below. If there's anything you're dying to learn that you cannot find on the interwebs, please let me know. I like a challenge. That's it.